recognize this man is busy, got 137.
You know, it's a game show.
Yeah, game show. Yet. You know what I mean?
No, you can see the love.
You know it's automatic.
You can see the love. You had the golf tournament. I don't know if it was overseas or your other one that's local. And they lit up like my brother has returned home from Vietnam. And to see the love you guys had for each other when you saw each other.
Dog, it's like when I went to his golf tournament down in Mexico, and then I saw DL. I had seen it. Man, we be standing there and we lose ourselves in each other. And he would be standing around talking about, hey, come on now, we want to get... Now, man, these two dudes right here matter to me in a way where, like, you know, like he say, like if we going through something, we'll call each other. Because we feel each other. Because we know the real person. I know they lying about you online. I know that podcast is bullshit. Hanging that dog don't pay no check back to that. Because, you know, and look, man, just because you can talk smooth without saying, it don't mean you ain't lying.
Right.
I be sitting up here looking at these podcasts of these other comedians that's going on talking about other comedians. Look, dog, where did that shit come from? When did we become that? Wow. When did we get in the tear each other down business? Because you ain't never heard me say not a disparaging remark against another comedian nowhere. You ain't heard him or him. Because we ain't come from that cloth. So why are you, what is your motive for doing this here? And you're not going to tear him down. And look, man, I got a real platform. I got a radio show to do 9.5 million people every day. I can cut that mic on and let you have it. I'm talking about I can fix your career on a permanent basis. Because I got 4 hours a day to do it. I don't do that. I ain't got no minutes for you, man. I'm not in the tear down business. I'm in the uplift business, regardless as to what you say. So see, when we come from an era when comedy, we was out there, like I said, to make people mad. And we supported each other in that because at the end of the day, the Kings of Comedy was the whole. It wasn't the individual. If the King tour did good, we did good. Man, we got bonuses some nights. Dog, we would go home and we be on the plane with the money we was going. This shit's real, man. This don't do. We would get bonuses. We was selling so many tickets. We was just making money.
I remember when I passed out on stage. That's when the clamps are supposed to come out. His ability to clip things with his legs.
You talking about back then or you talking about recently?
I'm just saying, COVID. It doesn't matter. The COVID.
Yeah, passed out on stage.
Oh my God, it was the very first I heard in the hospital. It happens a lot.
Okay.
First time I heard from him was the hospital.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the Kenshin run.
And his daughter. Every day. We talking about when they was dying.
Right.
Like, nobody knew what it was.
That's when COVID was like, hey, so come on now.
So his wife and his daughter would drop off every night. Every night on my point, they would run out.
First and 10, here's Rodgers.
Yeah, your fool here.
Pressure right.
John said he went after my water. And then,
Physical play on the football.
do you know what it's like when everybody saw what happened to you? And then we were all together, right? And everybody saw what happened to me. Nobody would touch me. Nobody would talk to me. Everyone was scared. You called me when I was in the hospital.
They want the big play downfield.
I never forget that. But say his wife, Ray, me,
In this case,
every
he
day.
took the shot.
When, back then it was a 14-day quarantine. On the 15th day, saying that his wife Lorna came over. I'll never forget this. And by King. And we didn't know nothing about it. And said, like, 15 days what we say. And this nigga doesn't be like this.
The tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line. The jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
It was the first
opening
human
drive
being.
so far, Charles. They've moved this football in the field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3. Absolutely, is one of the better coaches in the league always tells me.
And we ate. So when I hear people say shit, I'm like,
and finish it with uppercuts.
What,
well, here's the body
I know these dudes.
He's hoping one
and I know
uppercut
comedy
will take care of the end of this drive.
Comedy lifted so many people out of so many dire circumstances. And I can't even talk about what it is people see now. But I hate when a purveyor of negativity. All of a sudden, we're the same. Then everybody focus as dysfunction.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing.
We are men
and they
who
shut
love
that one down
people,
with a
who
little
love
game.
what we do. Right. We love our families. We love the fact that we have been able to do a thing that delivers out of circumstances that none of us would have came out of. And then I hear you shitting on
That is caught.
what we worked a lifetime to create. It is sad to me.
But listen, man, what we created with the Kings spawned a whole generation to come. And people don't understand this. See, these cats are selling out arenas now, more power to them. Like Kevin Hart is a real giant. Yeah, he's a real comedy giant. You understand? He's not a plant. That's some of the most absurd thing I've ever heard. How's Kevin Hart a plant? Kevin Hart's a real giant, man. This dude can sell out an arena overseas right now. Just on the word to my kids, you don't work harder than Kevin Hart. You know, so the thing that you talk about, when people see people, they see their success, you forget that they get up every day and do it. That's so, like, you know, when it's already successful, that's when people get to go and be like, oh, it just seemed like it. So, like, the idea someone's a plan. You go like, nah, bruh. Like, this problem. We, as comics, we know it was our hard songs. We saw the Soul Plane, we saw the ABC series, the times when it's up. It looked like it's up and then it's completely down, and everybody's stomping on you. And then you get back up, right? This is one of the most resilient human beings I had in my life, dog. Like, and I tell people that all the time. So one thing about hardball, like I learned out of all of it is that it ain't never about the good times. It's all about how you look at your life and wake up every day and be you. I see this dude get knocked down and come back like stronger than ever, like every time, like more than once. And so to me, those are the lessons that you learn from a human being, not the success. You know, yeah, do we all want this money? Sure. Yeah, I would love to have Steve's.
And Rager will not return it. So
you talking about somebody else. Yeah, look at that. That's a drove. What's up? A throw. That ain't out yet. That ain't out. We don't have this. Ain't nobody got that.
I think the last time I saw that was Kashyyyk.
Yeah. Where does that resilience come from, Steve? Well, you know, man, it is my father, man. I mean, you know, look, I was always taught that it ain't ever over. As long as you're waking up, it ain't over. I don't care what you do to me. I don't care what you say to me. I don't care what happens to me. If God wake me up tomorrow morning, that's another shot. And that means it ain't over for me. And I just recover, man. And it's hard. But you know, and I used to question God with a lot of his decisions with me. Like, why is my life like this? I didn't do that. Why you let these people talk about me? Look, I saw something online that said I used to ask God all the time, why you taking me through all these deep troubled waters? And the answer was, because your enemies can't swim. And you know, I'll be out there sometimes looking at my life like, look, man, I'm like an internet sensation. They just put me on the internet just because it ain't nothing else.
Wait, let me say this right now.
I'll be like, damn, man. And I'll be like, damn, because I ain't done half the stuff they say I do. But that's part of the process, because everything you're going through is God preparing you for where He's taking you. So now I had to develop this alligator skin. Because I was going to be in the forefront of a lot of stuff, you know. I was the first black game show host, first black to host Miss Universe, first person to do this, first person to tip that. Well, that puts you out in front of a lot of stuff. When you get out in the front, man, you get a lot of haters. And I say this to all my dudes, man, when I'm talking to you. You got to understand something about a hater.
Touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will.
You've never had a hater that's doing better than you.
The gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around.
He big run so hard.
Ain't none of your haters doing better than you. So now, what's the purpose now? So you gotta understand now what it is. The haters is to throw you off track and distract you. And you got to distract me because you see where I'm headed. But regardless of all the distractions, like say, I know how to get up. I'm going to get up because it ain't about you. Haters are not decision makers, power brokers, or shakers and movers. They just haters, man. They got one job to rob you of your destiny. And if you let them, if you come down off the wall, like I don't come down off the wall to impress none of them. I'm on the wall, man. I'm climbing. I'm not coming down on your level to impress you. You take that monkey shit somewhere else. You're talking to somebody else. Because I'm on a different level. The Kings was on a different level. And I appreciate Kevin Hart when he come on interview because Kevin say, hey, man, the Kings gave me the inspiration. The Kings gave me the forethought. The Kings, but we laid it out there like it had never done before. Of course, that was wrong. You understand? Nobody greater than pride. We can all stop trying to get that. That ain't gonna happen. Chappelle ain't finna be pride. Kevin Hart ain't finna be pride. You're not finna be Richard Pride.
Spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On first and 10, it's home.
I've never seen St. go through anything. I was so happy that even now it makes me happy. Even now I'm not feeling the carnage. I'm so happy with the carnage. But I remember when I was, because the thing that I know more than anything else is that when you go through shit and you're a man, you're going to go through it alone. Basically, you have men or people you respect, everybody. But even that process lets you know, hey, look, you're going to go through it alone. But on the other side of this is this. They have it. And I think what happens to comedians is we're not like actors or songwriters. Like they feel like they know us on a more intimate level, right? So we can disappoint them. Like they feel like we're and they all and what we do is so simple that they feel like they can do it too. They do it all the time.
Right. You know what I really like to, what I think about this, it kind of goes back to like building a brand, understanding like how you make people laugh, how you go into people's hearts, is that both of us, all of us, I mean, here, including you, Chris, have these very long careers, man, like people that still do it. And that lets you know that at the basis of it is a core to what it is that you love and how you touch people. Because that part ain't promised to you. Like, you can be a hot comedian for a period of time. But the fact that all of us still have relevancy, we still are in this business, loving what we do, we wake up every day excited to do it. That's the part that somebody who's only shooting the dart, they cannot miss the whole mark, bro, because that has nothing to do with how I affect what it is that I do on a daily basis. And the fact that I get up and I still love it, and that we all still do at these very high levels as individuals and collectively. Like, that's uniquely have us here today. Like, coming here to hang out is a very special thing because, we all want to do it mainly to see each other, right? Like, but at the same time, that uniqueness is because, it ain't like,
So back on the field come the Pats for their second drive.
Leader of the band, you know what I'm saying? You got,
after that
but
drive,
you start to think about like this ideology of like, it's like individual, right? It's a thing to see them individually and know that everybody got their own kind of recognition, but when you see them all together, that's also a very special thing, and that's what's unique about seeing us coming here, man. Like, it's easy because.
One big play, though.
For me, man, is that I don't want people
That's
to
a loss
forget.
of 8 yards
I just don't,
there to
man.
bring up
Because
third.
I know the significance of what we did and who we were. Because I'm a student of the game. I studied comedy, man. I didn't just, I paid attention to it. Like, I know who Richard Pryor
is. I know he won't be surpassed. I don't care who do it. You know, everybody talking about, but like, you know, man, like Chappelle's ability to work right now. Chappelle's ability to work right now, the way he works is because he's not sponsorship driven. You got sponsors on your radio show, you got sponsors on your TV show, I got sponsors on TV and radio. I can't say nothing Dave Chappelle says or else them sponsors pull. Well, he's not sponsorship driven, he's subscription driven. That's a whole nother set of freedom. So, but let me tell you, we done said all of this stuff, man. Everything he done said, we said. So we didn't, some of the alphabets wasn't out back then. We said everything he said back then. And like he was about to refer to what Bernie. If Bernie was alive today doing what Bernie was doing, bro, how far could this go? Bro, my first joke I ever told when I first did was an age joke. I told an age joke how it infected the entire cast of Dynasty. The audience was vomiting laughing, but guess what? That was 1985. You tell that joke today.
You know, I think that it's funny now because the 1990s
on play action
was really the last. Like if you look at all that's happening right now, with everybody right now, the 1990s was the last stop for the Deuce and Foul shit. Like it's the last stop. It's the last. Stop at 89 because it was a time when people could do whatever they wanted, and there was no mechanism or recognition. Like nobody could say what was the word. It's just but now people learn something. What's interesting to me, like you see people get in trouble now, but you don't see solid dudes get in trouble because they were always solid.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss.
Like, I ain't trusted that nigga since Piece of Rock. I'm like, what is this right here? Anybody?
Adams the man in motion right. There's a fake on a jet sweep and a play action now for Rodgers. A high throw there as this is knocked away down the ground and incomplete.
There was a clarity that we had, right? That was connected to an idea.
He just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage.
Like Jeffrey Epstein passed out Pablis, and that only with two ex-presidents, and what is the Stephen Hawking?
Rodgers on third down.
These days,
this pass broken
hey, Crystal, get a tasty breakfast without busting your budget. Like a fresh cracked egg on steamy or
so Rodgers will depart and on his Greg Zuerlein for the Jets
we
field goal.
navigated those same spaces. Went to those same, we were in that same space, but we were like, if we were as foul or if what we did was as dirty, you would hear this shit about us. We navigated a space where people were really morally corrupt and disappointed. Speak for yourself.
So Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and they make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you get the ball up,
what's the first thing a coach tells his defense?
We navigated those same spaces. Went to those same, we were in that same space. We were like,
that's what one NFL
if we were as foul or if what we did was as dirty, you would hear this shit about us. We navigated a space where people were really morally corrupt and disappointed. Speak for yourself. And did some violent shit, but you don't. And it was because that we were at least. I'm not saying we were angry because obviously these days ain't, but
been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the game brings.
That's all you got to bring. So how do we fix this? Is this something that can't fix? Okay, I'm going to answer that. Let me tell you something.
He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Would go
Start
out
of the second quarter from
and then say it had
Foxborough.
a
It's the
team.
homestanding
And say his
Patriots
team
with the
would go out in the
football.
lobby
As they've got
and
it
pass out
2nd and 7.
backstage passes. They'll just go out and pass out.
I wasn't married. Okay, I was about to ask. What year was the kid?
This is when I refer to him as Sammy Davis.
Florida passed out the flyers.
Complete over the middle.
DL would go out there first, then Sam would go out. Then there was a little intermission. During the intermission, Sam's team would be out there passing out backstage passes.
For the revival.
I always had my dressing room connected to Sam. And then I'd be on the other side of DL. I wanted to be between them two. Bernie was off down there on his own because Bernie had a whole other thing going on. So after the show was over and I come on stage, our dressing room was connected. Whenever I would open the door to the dressing room, it was a lounge. It was a tavern. It was a full-blown tavern. And his rider, he always had port. And I never drank. You know, I never drank, man. I just now started drinking scotch about 12 years ago. And so Sam had this stuff he used to have on his rider called port. And he would have E40 in the dressing room. I remember we'd be out in Oakland, and he'd go, him and E40, his hands got legs. I didn't even know what they was talking about. When the stuff started dripping down the glass, and I was there getting educated. But you had your pick of what you wanted to do, right? And then DL would come over, and we exchanged cigars all the time. We smoked cigars. We smoked so many cigars, they was finding. And we was got so, the fine had gotten so big, we was seeing the fine in before we came to town. And just paid the fine. Because we smoked cigars every weekend. That's going on with Bernie. That's Douglas. That was a whole other situation.
He was you have to leave that alone. I said one time, I said, I like
Bernie played fair.
and Millie
Jim Brown.
and smoked cigars.
And he walk alone. As soon as we got to, we had to go to after party every night. Right. As soon as the Crown Royal people came in and Bernie saw Bernie.
Yeah, it was all different.
Bernie didn't do none of this, man.
So the completion good for
Bernie didn't do none
I
of
didn't
that.
either.
He'll catch me back at the bar. He'd be at the bar at the hotel.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
You see, that's why when people talk about, hey, they treated Bernie like shit. That was an impossibility. This was a man,
He liked everybody. He just did his own thing. I remember the worst. I'll never forget this. I told Sid, hey man, I ain't gonna drink no more. Anyway, this thing was so disappointed. He didn't encourage me. He didn't say, I think,
Now, was it an event that made you say,
no, I just thought I should.
They'll throw again.
It didn't last long. But I told somebody go
He's got it again.
He didn't encourage me. He didn't go, man, I'm so proud of you. Stick with it.
It's another first
Hey,
down.
man, I'm like, oh, he was doing it.
See, on the spectrum, like Bernie did the least. Then it was me.
The least.
And then it was them two.
First down.
Them two was a whole separate mechanism.
what's the definition of what that means?
Let's just say rolling trouble. But like that's what DL was saying. That's why you see none of the cats really get caught out there really bad. Because we understood the rules, right? You know, some parameters to this. Okay, you have the power to do this. But just, you know, like my father-in-law always said, just because you can do something don't mean you should matter. Well, you know, everything is possible. And that's what's the matter with the world today. They can do it, and they do it. Right. Well, now, you gotta pay.
Extra point by
You gotta pay.
Sly.
But we stayed within the parameters. Even though the Kings of Comedy tour, we were on tour for real, we had parameters, man. We were decent guys. It was four really decent guys on tour. So it wasn't we was just laying mayhem in every city. We were walking out, girls was just screaming. No, man. We were just four good guys on tour. And, you know, we had some good times, but we followed the rules and we stayed in the parameters. And then, you know, thank God there was no phone cameras, internet.
Yeah, I think that helped. Thank you, Jesus. What wanted to me at the time was the idea that, because, you know, you're right, we still have a brand that 20 plus years later, almost 30 years now, like the thing Kings Comedy reigns and it kind of represents itself. Like it's an idea that, you know, anybody that knows comedy knows the idea of what this brand means, right? And so,
The fact that I would say right now, these cats would go on stage right now and still do what they need.
Playing against a good quarterback
Like,
like he is.
every week I'm
To
somewhere.
not play too much zone.
Because that's what I do. But I know these cats right now.
I think it's a good point.
They
You
go
just
on
brought up.
stage
So maybe if you
and
still
rock
want to
the
play
house.
zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme.
But even if it's,
drop
even if
anyone
it's
out of your
you know,
defensive
on some more humbug
defensive
shit, they can do
end,
15
defensive
minutes
tackle.
with him.
It doesn't
I don't know that that's indicative of everybody. And you can only do that if you have a lexicon of experiences and a love. You still love stand-up comedy. No more than I think stand-up for me was like, they were always more.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense.
Some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him doing that.
Polished living. They were always more. Talking about the other three kids, they were always. But I
get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
I love
4
the kind of
yards to
stand-up
pick
that
up,
hurts.
first down.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, it has to be resident. I have to make people feel some level of something. So, I'm every single week. Because what would I be if I was not this? So I love stand-up, and I hate that because the stakes are so much higher. Now you can say something on stage and somebody can pull millions of dollars from you. I remember the first time seeing it was a Bay Area comedy competition.
Where's primary guy was
And I
going to
thought
be?
me, Sully, and Sean Wayans were the only black comedians in LA.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't
We
he?
go to the Bay Area comedy competition, and it's
primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he
and I
got to the
opened
line
the door, and it's huge. Joe, Ricky, and Mark Curry was hosting, and Joe was on stage, and I looked at my little Joe.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Where's that pizza place on Telegraph that we could go to? Because I was like, I am not a comedian.
Second down.
I'm not.
Nice rhythm throw there on
I'm
first
not
down.
ready for what I'm
Located his
looking at.
tight end, made
You
it
know what I
nice,
mean?
easy
You
pitch.
guys,
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't
I remember
able
when
to
you
do
came
that
to
there,
town,
but
it was
still
always
good
this
yardage.
Cedric the Entertainer. I'm like, what's his real name?
Rodgers to
Like,
throw
nobody
on
knows.
second down.
Nobody knows his real name. Cedric the Entertainer. And I was like, why do you know this thing? Yes. And then to see you put the house in a frenzy, I was like, damn, I'm still not ready. And then you were on a different level. Like, you were, Steve Harvey was, you were our Richard Pryor. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I heard about you because I used to open up the show Boxworth.
They've been good.
So I knew about you.
This will be
And he's
third and
mainstream,
5.
right? Right? And then I heard about Bruce Graves. I wasn't black enough to go there yet. And I heard about the damage you were doing down there, the comedians that were coming down there. See, man, you were like,
maybe not exactly what they had in
this is
mind,
not me
but that
bragging. This
scramble
is a
good for
fact.
6 and a first
This is a
down.
fact.
We have so many different terms for
I
third down,
started
third and
Black
short, third and
Radio
long,
Nights
third and manageable.
and Black
How about third and
Nights
medium?
in
Because
White
that's what this
Comedy
one was.
Club.
The defense
I
looked like they had him
started
hemmed in, but he gets away,
I started it
evades
in
the rush,
Mobile,
and picks up
Alabama.
just enough for the first down.
Skip Cheatham is my name. And what I did was, because back in the day, man, comedy clubs was Tuesday through Sunday. But they papered the room all the way to Friday. And then they charged on Friday, Saturday. So what I did was I went to 93 BLX, and I was on the radio all day with them dudes, and all of a sudden Black started coming to the club. So I told the club owner, charge him this Thursday night to BLX night, charge him 93 cents. To give you something, call letters for the station is 93.93 something BLX, WBLX 93. So I charged 93 cents. And then I told him, I said, hey man, we were next to a food world. I said, you need to go over there and get some change for these black people. He said, no, it's just 93 cents, but they'll just pay the dollar. I said, no man. If you tell black people that,
I do know from experience that you still got someone running there, you're not doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on the quarterback because they can throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and all the plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Where's my set? And now you want to do minimum, you got to get these people in money. And I started Black Nights. And so I was going then with Black Nights in White Comedy Club. Because I was doing White Comedy Club, making $1,500 a week, $2,500 a week. Then I started making $5,000 a week. Then I met Sinbad, and Sinbad really told me how to do the game. And I started doing door deals. Dog, I was walking out of comedy clubs with $65,000. Out of a comedy club, $70,000. I was doing door deals like that. But Sinbad was making $100. Because what people don't know, Sinbad was doing 15 shows. Sinbad would do 2 kids show matinees. I tried that. I love that, bro. That was the
That's what daddy wait, I don't think you want to play it. I want Sinbad's money so bad, I did Saturday matinee show. And I had these shoes on that had this like leopard fur tip on it. And I was on the tip of the stage talking, and the little boy was rubbing my shoe. I said, "You little motherfucker." Woo!
Last show.
And apparently that was the first and last show. And I didn't have that many kids out there, no way. Because about 30 kids was out there. And this he touched my fur, and you know, motherfucker. And that was the end of it. But Sinbad was making 100,000. It was in a club. Took Sinbad because he was doing deals. He did 90%. Sinbad was selling out 3 shows Thursday, 2 shows Thursday, 3 Friday, 4 Saturday, 4 Friday. He was just making a lot. And nobody was bigger than Sinbad in the clubs, man. And I don't think Sinbad has got enough to do what he was in the comedy world, because Sinbad was the black dude that the white clubs that was making a killing.
It was only you and AJ Jamal and Sinbad. It was only you and
AJ Jamal.
And I remember
AJ Jamal is still on cruise ships today.
It still does.
And I still talk to him.
AJ has one of the greatest jokes ever. He had a joke about not wanting to go home. Remember this one? He had to go home because he had a family, so he would sometimes just sit in front of his house and wait. He said one time he was sitting out front and the police pulled up. He said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Hey, man, I live here. I just don't feel like going inside." He goes, "Oh, you married? You got kids?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Me too."
At Granger, we're the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiny thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving.
And they got it done.
I'm not even a cop. I just don't want to go. I live here. I just don't feel like going inside. He goes, "Oh, you married? You got kids?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Me too." I'm not even a cop. I just don't want to go home.
Now for the touchdown, it's Zerline.
AJ Jamal was a beast. Oh, yeah. AJ Jamal said he's the lightest person in his family. Yeah. For those who don't know AJ Jamal, he is as black as a Bible. He is dark.
Going around now for the Patriot offense.
He makes
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp.
They said, "We'll let you come. We'll give you a door deal. We'll give you no expenses. We'll give you 90%."
And at what level of deal is this?
It was the first time I ever played in mainstream room.
Now the Patriots can use one of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
I said, "Man, they ain't want to pay me." They said, "Well, take a door
They
deal."
just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
"Well, you just tell me we want X amount of money." So at that time, they charged black people $30.
They'll be taken down.
They were trying to make it cost prohibitive. They didn't want them in there. But they said they didn't go be in there.
First of their timeouts. As
We
they get the
added,
stoppage
I
with
did
a
like
little
12
over
shows.
50
I never
seconds to
forgot that I
go
counted
in
like
the
this. I
first
said, "Man,
half.
this is the
So
best
on
deal." And
fourth
up
down,
until
here's Bryce
about 5
Perry
years
on
ago,
the
that was my
punt for
deal
the
when I was
Patriots.
that they would have to give me a door deal. Well, no one knew what that was. We didn't have any idea what a door deal was. They didn't let us play. I remember playing it joint Charlie Goodnight and Charlie, and they made me sign a list that says, sign a paper said, "You can't joke about white people."
And with a 2-score lead
Like, it was
already,
like,
they
I
may
said,
just look
"Nah,
to
man,
get this thing to the
He
locker
said,
room.
we're not gonna let you play." I said, "Well, you better tell these 3 sold out shows they gotta go." It was such black comedies keep comedy of comedians keep comedy clubs and venues afloat now. But back then we were nothing.
They mistreated us.
Yep.
2 blacks couldn't work on the same show together. Man, if I went to Montgomery one time and Carl Strong was on the show, they took me off. Carl Strong was an interesting dude.
Second of their 3 timeouts. As the
His
clock will
whole
stop with
gig was, I
37
get a standing
seconds to
ovation
play
every night.
in this first
And
half.
so, like, as the host, you're supposed to do this tagline for him before he comes out. And then he does a tagline, and so at the end of the show, they give him a standing ovation. It was a setup, man. Well, I ain't feeling it. Not tonight. I don't feel like I want to hear this bullshit. I want to see the standing ovation you're talking about. So I ain't do the tagline. You know, he's from Milwaukee. You just wear this some little part in his hair. You know, motherfucker with part in his hair. I don't really care for it. That's right. That's right. Russian part in his hair. You black. I'm fucking Russian. He didn't cut it. He Russian. And so I didn't do the tagline. And before we didn't get the standing ovation, he came off stage and said, "Hey, man, what are you doing? I told you. Do you know you ruined the street? I didn't get a standing ovation. I said, nah, man, I thought you got the standing ovation because you was good. That's what I really thought, man. I wasn't playing the reindeer game with you, man. It was a gimmick. It was so interesting back then, man. It was like, you know, I knew, man, that we were making things possible for Day. I tell you, the young cats now, they give us a lot of respect. That's 85 South.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go, and of course they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half.
They're actually standing on stage what we did back in to 6 o'clock in the morning, every night. What they do it in a week. And they improv together. Yes. And they're together. They remind me of the Kings, except they're doing it on the improv level. And how they doing it is like amazing to me. Because they're doing something I didn't think could ever be done. So I think them young cats is some bad boys.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very
So speaking of
much.
arenas,
Back to
because
you
you
guys
guys
in a
were
bit.
doing
But
arenas all
first,
across
we
the
welcome
country.
everyone to our
Selling
EA
out
Sports
all over the world.
halftime
You guys
report.
decided to do a
We were
movie.
treated to a
Yeah,
solid
called
first half
Spike
out of the
Lee.
running back,
Yeah, I
Brees
mean, the
Hall.
movie was, we
He
had
had
the
a nose for
opportunity
the
to do
end
the
zone
movie.
as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the
The
ground
idea
in
came
those
up
first
to
2
who could
quarters.
direct, and we wanted the movie to have more significance. So, Spike Lee, he was
The
right.
Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter
He
is
was cultured, like
underway.
he was definitely cultured, right? Like he was a person that was like
So
young.
it'll come out to the
He was
25
doing
with
the
a
Michael
touchback.
Jordan commercial,
The
right?
Patriots going
He
to
did
take
his
over here to start
movies. He
quarter
was
number
that
3.
director like that.
This offense, Charles, had a
gives
strong
you
first
free,
half
like
throwing the
before, right
football, at
before
least in
John
terms of
Singleton,
yardage, but
like
that
all
hasn't
that whole kind
translated
of
so far on the
Manny
scoreboard as
Rice,
they begin the third quarter here.
like
Trailing
all
and
those
looking for a
guys
little
like
momentum.
BK,
Yeah, you're right about that.
you know, to get
Because,
Spike Lee was one of the biggest names in there. And of course, like we did Radio
to their
City,
credit,
I
resulted
think
in a
that,
healthy amount of yardage.
you know,
So I would think
Madison
at the halftime,
Madison Square Garden,
that defense
you came to
loosening
see
up
the
a little bit
show,
to try and cover the
love the
passing
show,
lanes. They've got to get
and
the
we had to
running
make
game
the deal.
going,
It was,
and there
you
should
know,
be some gaps
he
to
cut
run
into
through
the
now.
money. So
Sets
it
throw
was a
into
thing
the
to bring
hands of
Spike
Henry
Lee on,
here.
but we knew
Just
that
a
it was
gain
a
of
real
a
smart
couple
thing to
there.
do.
Third and
We want to
7
fall
now.
for
So 7 yards from the
hard
first
for
down
it
here as they
because
come up
it
to the
makes
line of
sense.
scrimmage.
MTV,
Here's
it makes
Brissett.
sense for them, and you know, to be able to do the
He's
movie,
got
get
his
it
target.
greenlit.
That's complete.
But
He's
you know, we
free
were
going
already
down the
selling
left
out all
side. It's a
these
foot
arenas and
race.
everything, but
And
just as
all
far as
the way
making
in.
movies, I guess that makes sense. Like
Touchdown, New
directing,
England.
it was something that we had to be convinced on when it came to his money. Like mostly because he just wanted to be one of us.
Within a
I
score.
think it's one of his.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead will shrink to 6. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown.
Do you think I just woke up one day as a top seller?
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Congratulations.
And he's up past the 20 with a
Probably
22-yard
his
line.
box office success ever.
Really. And up until the end, when he came out in August of that year, it was the
Comes
biggest
Davante
August
Adams
release.
in the offense for their next drive.
A movie
And I know
period,
that
not
they
a
double
comedy
teamed him a
concert.
couple times,
Because
but
see,
not
they
a
didn't give
ton.
us a
But
lot
whatever
of
they're doing is
theaters.
working. He's up over
Yeah,
100
they-
yards. We'll see how they
I
adjust.
remember first time I ever heard that word box office
Defense in other places as
Like, this
well.
is- we had so limited things. We had one.
And we was just crushing it. Well, there only came like 700 theaters, something like that. You know, it wasn't no 3,000. What people get to all the black cities.
Now after a good
Bro,
start to the drive.
and we was crushing them. And it was
And he'll take this ahead
It was
for
just a
about
huge
4.
event,
Second
man.
down
It's like when I
coming
said
up.
to the movie, I know y'all come to see the games. It was just, dog, we had no other way of promoting it. We could just do radio, and that was it. Wasn't no social media. We had no newspaper articles. We just launched this thing in a movie, and we didn't know how big it was going to be. And it turned out to be a monster.
Tell that story about that newspaper article. So
Here's Rodgers.
we was on tour for like 2 years. We was talking about this.
Wilson's got it complete.
We never got pressed, though.
Second
Like,
catch
it's
for
not even
the
a little
day. They'll
paper
wind up
in
a first down.
Charlotte. Maybe that, but not the national.
Not a national.
Dog, like, and you talking about it was like Rolling Stones, Janet Jackson, Kings come. The touring, like right now would be the equivalent of when Beyonce them out, right? And how the world goes crazy over their tours.
And he'll
Yeah,
manage
you
to
know,
pick
like
up
just the
about
tour
4
itself.
on second down.
Rolling Stones, Janet Jackson, Kings come.
And then one year it was just Rolling Stones and the Kings.
But remember Tom Petty? First time I ever heard Tom Petty.
Oh yeah,
I never heard of him. And it was it used to be called Pole Star. Yep.
On second down,
So
is Rodgers.
this is how insulated we was.
Flush
And I was
to his
like,
right.
so it's Tom Petty. Then he's coming like, who's supposed to Tom Petty?
And he's got another first down. As the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line.
We were
That one
told,
goes for
and we didn't
24
even know it.
yards.
And then what happened was we
And
went
that
to
last
D.C.
reception
and
puts
we
him
sold
over
out on Friday,
150
Saturday,
yards now on the game,
MCI.
Charles.
And now
And
it's not
then
just
Walter
execution.
came to
It's not
us
just
Sunday night,
performance.
Monday
It's a
morning,
mental
gave us a call and
aspect
said,
that's
hey
going
man,
on. Because
what y'all
right
doing
now,
next weekend?
he's
We
got
turned
the
way too
defense
many
so
people.
much on
I
their
think you
heels.
can sell out
They're
next
looking at each
Friday,
other.
next
Who's
Saturday.
going to cover
Bro, these
this
tickets
guy?
ain't even
And
been
what
on
type of
sale.
coverage can
Now
we
tell
put
everybody
out
how
there to
many
try and slow
seats.
him down?
It's 16,000. So
Throwing
that's
on first
60. That's
down is
32,000. Well, 32,000
Eluding the
come
pressure
Friday,
right.
Saturday in D.C.
And able to
He
get
called
this
us
down
Monday
inside
morning
the
or Sunday
15
night
into
and
the
said, hey
13
man,
or
would y'all
14
come back
before he's
next
out of
Friday and
bounds.
Saturday? Hell
He'll
yeah.
get beat on the scramble there. He'll be second and a couple.
So we came back the following weekend and just put the ticket sales on Monday evening and sold out both of them. Well, this light-skinned brother came to the show that worked for USA Today and said, hey man, how many newspaper articles y'all got out about y'all, bro? And we looked at each other and went, no, man, we never done. He said, how many interviews have you done? No, we've never done an interview. He said, how long y'all been touring? He said, a couple
They've called
years.
his number
He said,
a lot this afternoon. You
no
wonder
one's
how much
written
tread
about
is
you.
left on those
He
tires.
said, do you know you just sold out
But I always
yeah.
think back to one of
But
my favorite coaches in the NFL.
Chicago,
And he used to have a
we
meeting
done
with his running
Phillips,
backs
we
every year
sell
in the
out the
offseason
Pontiac
and say,
Super.
look,
We done sold out
as
every
many
place
times
we've
as
ever
you're going
been.
to carry the
He
ball,
said,
you should be able to carry it one
I said,
more
where we
time to
tell
make
them
sure
to
you
come?
get in shape.
He said, how do you
And the
tell them?
Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up
Tell
as
them
they
on the
find
radio,
a way to
come.
convert there on
He said,
3rd and
I want
1.
to do an article.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in
And
with
next
this
thing you know,
drive.
we on the
Because you see
front
that
cover
type
of
of a
Light
run,
section.
I get the feeling the defense is going to get tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. His pass caught at the 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are able to widen their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look.
Damn, that was not a touchdown.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Rodgers will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Or are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. New England's offense set to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see
Downtown City, boy, got them hard heads. They smacked the shit up pretty boys. Bring your opposition.
It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back to Stevenson on 1st down. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They run once more with Stevenson. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Blocked the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it.
Downtown City, boy, got them hard heads. They smacked the shit out pretty boys.
They'll run with Gibson.
Damn!
Patriots. Antonio Gibson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots get a bit closer. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. His throw incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this.
The gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss. And
when a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
3rd and 12. Now it's Rodgers. He's got it to Williams. And this play comes to a halt at the 43. And obviously that's well short of the first down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Brissett to throw on first. Henry's got it out on the left side. Into space at the 45. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
So he had a fumble, 1 interception.
30 and a first. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. Brissett now on 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Brissett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one in.
Oh, that would have been a pick. I'm glad I didn't throw it.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. It's a smart move to throw it away.
A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. A handoff for Hall. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flushed out right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers.
I mean, the ticket
set up the screen for
selling
Hall.
out. But after that, as soon as you put them on, like Jay-Z, because we wasn't selling out in 2 hours or nothing. But when you was like, you can't get in, you can't get in. We just sold out everything. And that's why they sold out.
The old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
But after that, as soon as you put them on, it was like Jay-Z, because we wasn't selling out in 2 hours or nothing.
On 1st and 10, here's
you can't get in,
Rodgers.
you can't get in. We just sold out everything. And that's why they sold out the left. And when did it start to slightly? After you start seeing white in the beginning,
This down to the 15 for a pickup.
Convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves. Start to try and
get submission.
The offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
We used to, we went on Sunday, it was empty.
Throwing his Rodgers on third down. Now they go straight, it's complete.
Show ourselves, and then after that, other shows a lot faster than the show we were doing all year. So we had to go to United Center much time we did. I remember
so Rodgers will depart in on his Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal.
This connection for
like,
it's something about the way
and he pulled it. Oh my goodness.
I was like,
it's no good. He
and I told the joke that was so loud. I was going to close my left and I'll blow my head almost. Like it was the most.
You got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
When you come to the room, we had never. They had the catering done. You would go to the room and they would stand at the race. I'll never forget we were at that fucking.
We may have a different
in
ballgame.
Houston. It was the Four
Here's a
Seasons
throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
I have a front suite, and the door opens. And I go, who the fuck is that? He goes, who the fuck is this? I said, nigga, what you doing about? Nigga, what you doing over here? I grab a fist, I run outside, and Bernie's sitting in my partner with a great pistol. They're like, nigga, it's me and you.
The Jets pressure too much.
He's doing right. Him and Bernie was different.
Chance to gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
What, man?
He was a gun on the road. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
On third down,
There was no 37.
pressure coming, and they got him once
He never
again.
figured out, nigga, who you in? We go back there like, you do, it's you. They gave me wrong. But rather than say I got the wrong, we gonna shoot it out. Like,
Afternoon for him trying to get rid of football.
I got to die in the lobby because you got the wrong
I'd
key.
like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer.
Would you think you would be where you are today without the Kings of
What
Comedy?
blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the
It's
end result on the
It
scoreboard.
was a very unique situation where I think it still stands strong to this day because
There are two
when it
scores on the
showed
plus
up,
side.
it
Still time here
was
in this fourth quarter, but maybe you
the
start thinking
Budweiser
about playing
Superfest
people away.
Yeah, I think here's the
of comedians.
situation.
Like,
We're not thinking
everybody had
touchdowns
these
anymore.
individual
We're
kind of
just thinking
energies, but
first
nobody
downs.
had ever did it to it where you kind of got to see all of your favorites in one night. And then that thing shit, like, it was like Wu-Tang. Yeah, like, came a phenomenon. It just felt totally different. So it gave you another kind of, because like I said, we all had individual fame. It took a degree of
Good
self,
vision there
you
as
know,
across
self,
midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
downgrading, if you will, like to go with everybody because we were all individually guys that were selling out 5,000 seats trial. And that's enough. If you're a comedian, you're like, oh, that's going to kill it, right? Like, whatever.
He's the guy they've turned to.
So to go on tour with somebody else and be like, all right, cool, but then you don't see 16,000, you don't see 16,000 4 times. That's crazy. 42,000 at the Georgia Dome, like that was ridiculous.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency.
They'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5,
So you'll
good
have an
enough for the
emergency
first
pizza.
down.
Like, you know, those kind of things was like, that's crazy. So, you know, it was something, man. The Kings was
On-play
something
action,
that was,
Rodgers.
it was so epic.
Oh, Adams, what a
And, you know,
grab.
man, I look at the
Have
landscape
it in
of
the
comedy
red zone
today.
before he crosses over
I
out of
see
bounds.
the
Give him 15
footprint that
yards
we
on that
had
one, and the Jets
in
move the
this thing,
chains.
man.
Well, a clear
And
running
it's
situation, trying to take time
undeniable.
off the
Really,
clock.
it's
He ran
really
the previous
not.
play, set that
Everybody
play action up
after
nicely.
that
Boy, did they ever, because they've
really
shown the ability to run the football.
owes a debt
So
of
now you
gratitude
lose
to
your
the
keys as a
Kings.
defense.
I
You
mean,
dive
because,
for the
bro,
running play, and they hit them over the top.
it put
Savannah
the
Candy on
chitlin
first and
circuit
10.
on
Just
the
a couple
map,
yards there
right?
down to the
Because that's
17.
all we were. But let me tell you something, how much of a chitlin circuit it was. The chitlin circuit we had put on the map, we started doing the chitlin circuit in arenas, and still nobody wrote about us. Nobody interviewed us. They just ignored us, man. White media act like we did not exist. And they ignored us. You know we in town. We on Pole Star Magazine. How you not seeing this? It's Rolling Stones and the Kings.
Now it's third down.
Okay, damn dog. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna say, who the hell is these black guys? And then I'm gonna tell you, man, how cold it was.
The eighth
We are
play
the
of the
reason
drive
that
coming
blue
up.
collar
It's third
comedy
and goal.
came to earth, right? Because Bill Engvall, Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White, and Larry the Cable Guy. They came together and they said out loud, we will crush all of the King's records. And they knew they would because they was white. And they knew it. But what they didn't know was just how big we was to the culture. And they didn't come close to the records. They couldn't come close to them theater sellouts. Because they would come from white comedy clubs. Right. And they every week they somewhere. We were an anomaly, man. We were a rarity. We put 4 black dudes together. And they said, well, we'll put 4 white dudes together and we'll crush you.
I remember listening because my manager was J.P. Williams.
So J.P. had Jeff and Larry. And so I remember the incarnation of the Blue Collar Tour. And I was like, oh, this could work because there are more white people in the world.
They should do it. But you know, this is sad. The only thing that I'm sad about our experiences, I never felt like we finished. I felt like we left too much on the table. And I felt like terms of everything that could have happened, I don't think we maximized it. And I think to me, and I'm not speaking for him, but to me, it would have had, you know, a seismic effect on the culture and comics and venues, because we left it to chance, and then after that it was the Latin Kings of Comedy, and it was Queens, like from that thing came this, and it's just the only thing I'm sad about in that whole experience. I think there's nothing I regret about that. The only thing I regret is, and it's the what ifs, like if we would have finished, because it seemed incomplete.
Because you know, it shot Bernie to the moon, right? You know, the King shot Bernie to the moon, and Bernie became like really hot. You know, we had TV shows before, but Bernie got TV shows, movie offers, and we lost a lot, man, because they came to us to redo a blazing sound version for the King. They wanted us to do the Kings going to Vegas. Man, it was so many movies came to us, but the scheduling, man, we couldn't put it together. And DL is right, man. We left, unlike Blue Collar Comedy, they stayed together, did movies, they did all kinds of stuff, merchandise. But man, we left a lot, and a part of it was because, like this going back to something we talked about earlier, like DL was saying, how glad he was when Sam was in social media finally, because this is like the coolest dude in the world. Bro, but I mean, just solid man. You know, he ain't shitting on nobody, he ain't dogging nobody, nothing. But I texted him right away and said, hey, pay attention to that bullshit, because I know this dude. So I was with him. I've seen, this is the funniest dude I've ever been around in my life, man. Just the little shit we said for 7 years on the Steve Harvey show, sitting in the dressing room with these dudes smoking cigars. The shit that has come out of his mouth, when we having cigars that you can't take on stage, because there's no way the audience would even understand. Like he said, he wants to hurt you a little bit with his dig your asshole out and put it in the bowl. He'd have a little bowl of asshole.
3 for 7 so
and
far
everybody
this
was
game.
moving.
Just a yard here.
He
It's
ain't nobody that was
not tangy. I mean, it was.
No, he just did it like that.
Anywhere to go with it.
And that's just comedy, man. And these dudes would say stuff before the show, man. We would be backstage vomiting. Go outside, the audience would get a hell of a show. But I knew back in the dressing room, I was dealing with some minds, man, that was so twisted and dark. Because, like people say,
but in this
comedians
case,
cross the line.
answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Your line too So we cross the line. And we don't know we crossed the line until we cross it. But we don't know y'all ain't ready. Like, they stopped me. He stopped me from doing the joke, because I was, I shouldn't do the same shit, but anyway. I was going to do this joke, because somebody got killed in a crash or somebody R&B singer. And I was mad, and I just said, hey, man, put all these motherfucking rappers on the goddamn plane. And singer said, oh,
Rodgers now on first down. The screen pass here to Cohen.
Well, I was going to put all the rap out on you, Joe. I was going to put certain raps on the play. Crash that motherfucker. And say it,
Really nice play call there.
Because say it was always in the hip-hop culture. Me, I was dissing.
Throwing it downfield.
You saw the Kings of Comedy. I played Lenny Williams, Willie Fry. I ain't really give a damn. Because when I heard, I was in college when hip-hop, when that came out, and I told everybody, this shit ain't
down at the 13-yard line.
It's a passive fence. I
A
don't know
gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
talking and shit.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here.
Then the nigga came up with bottled water.
I thought that a new set of downs continues to move.
Never been so
No
wrong
better way
in
to
my
close
life.
out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's just football as we get your reset here. They've got first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
I just didn't see it happening. But this right here can't end, guys. Like, we really need to figure out whether it's called we got to find the newest king or the seeds.
I think it should be with an age. It only works.
And the Jets have
It's
opened
like
up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
I'm playing these certain principles.
Sometimes offensive
It's
can get
live,
too cute down near the
drag.
goal line, but there's nothing fancy
This
about
needs
this
that.
one.
And I say the one thing I'm very
We get a
wonderful
seal
about this
here,
event,
and we get a
is
seal
how we still
here.
in the zeitgeist. Like I'm out here. I've seen what Steve is doing. It's still relevant. Sid is doing. It's still relevant. But I stand on this. I know these men. I'm proud of these men. I've seen what these men can do. I know them to be men.
After the touchdown in
But
Zerline, he'll
when
kick
that
it away.
happened, it made me so happy.
How many times you gonna say that?
And that'll carry over
I
the back line.
I was like,
Now the
Patriots
Patriots offense set to take over again.
Saying the best thing
See, it's
bad
all
about
window dressing at this point. The best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score may not get a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps
One of the greatest
to focus on when you get back to
of men
practice.
to ever hold a microphone on stage, I think.
I love it, man. Cheers, man. Salute, cheers, my brother, man. I like the fact that your water looks like a drink. It's a drink. I'm drinking them just like Steve. West Indians are ashamed of him, but man, I'm in there.
See how many times I've been to
Quentin
bed.
Williams able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Great, but to me,
Here's the key to
there's
comedy,
only
a
one
smaller
word
prostate.
that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant.
Thank you, gentlemen.
4
It's been
and
fucking
5 sacks has already ran one game, getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points. An absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Brissett from the gun on third. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Shout out to Israel for throwing it and close for the cost of play. But I mean, it for sure was an amazing feeling. First time career. But yeah, words can't really explain it.
Rodgers looking to throw, escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Damn!
Trying to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Slide for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. To the 20-yard line and no further.
Danny, this is breaking news. This started breaking late yesterday. So first, Little Dirk has been arrested and charged with murder for hire. Now, I want to back it up a bit. So previous to Little Dirk being arrested, there were 5 other men that were arrested late Thursday evening. And these 5 men were 5 men that are reportedly connected to OTF, which is Little Dirk's I don't know what we call it. That's his label, that's his group, that's his entourage, that's his crew. So these are OTF members, and they were indicted by the feds in California. Now, these 5 men that were indicted are facing charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire resulting in death, as well as the use of carry and discharge of firearms and a machine gun, and furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. Now, the death that is being referred to here by these 5 men is the cousin of rapper Quando Rondo. Now, if you guys remember, some years back, King Von was also a brother very close to Little Dirk, was killed in an incident in Atlanta. He was shot and killed after there was a fight that broke out. Connected to Quando Rondo, and there's been just this huge back and forth between the two, directly, indirectly, since that happened. So what the feds are alleging is that following all of that, this retaliation, there was a retaliation that was planned allegedly by the OTF members to get back at Quando Rondo to kill him, and they were hired to do so, allegedly, but that went wrong, and instead they killed Quando Rondo's cousin in LA on accident. Now, forwarding it to Little Dirk. So when this news broke, of course everybody is wait, so what's going to happen with Dirk, right? So then a few hours later, it was confirmed via the Broward County Jail website, and as of 6:55 a.m. today, this is Friday, October 25th, Little Dirk is still in custody in the Broward County Jail per their jail online system. We have the online system records here. So the charge, he's listed as he's being charged with murder for hire. He is being held. The description says he's being held for U.S. Marshals. And whenever you are listed as being held for U.S. Marshals as an inmate, that means that, yes, you are being extradited. You are a federal prisoner, but you're just being locked up by a local agency was working with the feds to ensure that you get to where you need to go. So they're going to, I'm sure, going to take him to California, where the other 5 men are being indicted at. This time there's no bond amount, of course, because it's being extradited, and there is a mugshot that was released as well too. So,
and that's not the feds, right?
Broward County Jail is not the feds, but when you are in custody of or being held for U.S. Marshals, that means that you are a federal prisoner. So this is a federal situation that he will be involved in. Now, there is no more details on the actual murder for hire charges. A lot of us reporters and just people are kind of piecing things together because his crew members get the murder for hire indictment, and then he gets locked up in Florida local agency murder for hire, so we're putting 2 and 2 together. But I'm pretty sure by the time, I would say latest 9 a.m., we'll hear more. I have reached out to 2 attorneys that were listening for Dirk. I reached out to Rep from him yesterday, who immediately told me no comments. Like, something was going down. This was before he even popped up in the jail system. So I was just kind of looking out to see what would happen.
Was he part of one of the 5 initially? Or was it?
No, the 5 are separate from Dirk, like, altogether. But this is just, like, you never want to see something like this happening, right? But I think very unfortunate. But, you know, also I think the timing is insane because Dirk just tweeted not too long ago, maybe a month ago, about everybody getting a second chance at life because his background was completely wiped. He said, everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. My background wiped clean of all cases. I'm not a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And since then, he's actually been doing a lot of community stuff. He recently, for his birthday is October, I believe it's October 19th or the 18th, he held a huge prayer visual, a day of unity in Chicago, right before his big concert that he normally does. I think it's called like Dirk and Friends in Chicago, which was like, so there were tons of people there. It was all over the place. So the timing of all this is just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I pray it's not true. I don't have an opinion until I, get more information. But if it's true, that would be incredibly sad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think anybody can really have an opinion until this is, you know what I mean? You got to see what happens. But as we've seen in, like, the indictment of Young Thug, these things take time. So it's like, now he's going to be there away from his family, his kids, all of that until all of this is sorted out. So we will keep you guys updated. Again, I mentioned that I did reach out to some people on Dirk's side, just trying to figure out. Also reach out to, because I was confused about where he was also at. I thought it was going to be in Chicago or California, and I was reaching out there, and he's in Florida. So we'll keep you guys updated and let you know, what else is going to be happening. Because man, never want to see it, but this is what's, yeah. No, I have a question for you though. If all of this, because I was thinking about this too. When they do these big indictments, they try and connect you any way possible, the smallest to the largest, and they're alleging that they use OTF money to arrange flights and all these different things to acquire weapons to do all of this. If they cannot directly connect Dirk and he is let go free, even if Thug is let go free and all the stuff he's looking at in Georgia right now, how does this impact them career-wise? Like, because normally when people throw charges at you and things like this, it sticks even if you're not proven guilty, right? How does this impact them?